Hey everybody, welcome back. Marcus Graves back again with another reaction to The Haunting of Hill House, this time to episode 6, Two Storms. Let's get on into it. I heard there was supposed to be a one-shot episode or something like that. I'm guessing this is supposed to be it because they haven't broken yet. I'm curious to see how a one-shot episode would be done. It's funny, everything we've seen in their own separate episodes are all converging as they're trying to relearn each other, in a sense.
Bad as it is in your head, but she doesn't look like she's sleeping, so forget that.
And yep. That's her, detective. Positive idea.
Theo and Steve seem to have the same response. Yeah, she's coping with drinking, but she also has like these little morbidly funny, sarcastic comments, and he tried to make a joke himself. Shirley remains focused and poised, precise.
Huh? Sorry, I'm a little late.
That's okay.
Huh. They're still his babies. This reminds me of the Alfred Hitchcock movie Rope. If you haven't seen Rope, check it out.
Anything? There's got tons to eat, plenty to drink.
This is Kevin's coping mechanism. He turns into a waiter.
No, I said be here under. Neither can I. Look at them, they're all grown up.
Oh, was he talking to the mother?
Wow, well put. You want to do the eulogy tomorrow?
Come on, Steve.
Oh, Shirley. You
Oh
did,
my God. That is disturbing.
Great.
Honey?
Oh, there you are. You weren't in bed. Where'd you go?
You weren't in bed, where were you at?
I don't know. I guess I was wandering. Maybe I was sleepwalking. I had the strangest dream.
I ran into
Hey, Cheryl, can you do me a favor? Go in the kitchen and make some cocoa.
Fine.
Theo, you can help. Take Luke, too.
Was Nell reaching out to
No
her
flash of
siblings?
lightning. Here's
Kind of like how she's always
That
been
way we
doing,
can tell how far away it
even
is.
up until her death.
Okay.
Okay? Luke. Luke.
That was the first cut.
She got that from your mother, you know.
Alcoholism?
Theo.
Let's start with that call you got from Mrs. Dudley.
Mrs. Dudley.
And so you hope it'll go away, and then you hold back information. Even
if I held back anything, it was to protect you kids.
I don't need why do I need protection from the truth?
Because you won't accept it, dumbass.
Are we breaking this out?
You're drunk.
Theo's drunk. I'm just pissed. And this is the part of the show where you break out my goddamn.
You're just embarrassing yourself. You don't even know it.
Falling on the goddamn ground, and I'm embarrassing myself?
We took the money too.
All the shit's coming out now.
No, you didn't.
Clara.
Problem. It's always
My
been
problem?
your problem
that's
is
not
you
my
think you know
problem.
what
My
happened
problem.
that night.
My
You don't know
problem
what
is that
goddamn.
the wrong parent died.
1, 2, let's go.
They all have to come and work together.
Wait. Shirley.
I thought the health things had got you. I thought they took you. I was right here the whole time. None of you could see me. Nobody could see me.
Holy fuck, that's sad. I honestly don't have a lot written down. I was just watching and observing the episode with the one shot, and I had been hearing talk of a one shot episode. Now, of course, it wasn't like I thought that that the whole episode would be in one shot, because I thought how necessarily would they do that? No, obviously not that it can't be done, so I was just wondering how they would. And of course, there were at least 2 or 3 cuts. But for the most part, yeah, they tried to keep with the single take. And with that, of course, you get this whole episode is about, well, part of what this episode is about is contention and strained relationships. And obviously that can be conveyed when you're cutting, but when you are in medium/wide, give or take back and forth in a sequence, and you're just letting the actors go at each other to get this, it can further convey the contentious nature of and volatile mixture of these characters when you can have Steve and Shirley going back and forth at each other. They're going back and forth, they're talking trash, and then Theo comes from the mid ground into the fore, and she starts talking, and that kind of leaves Steve off to the side, and they kind of go. But then you have Luke and the dad in the background, and which that even speaks because Luke has not entered the contention. Luke never entered the contention. I mean, he started to when he started talking with his dad, but he never really got into it with his siblings for the most part. Actually, now that I think about it, at all. And it can still convey their characters and everything while these ones are going at it. And so you're getting all of this mixture and all of this volatility, just to use that word again, for lack of another one. And the title, Two Storms, and we see in the present day and in the past you have both of these storms occurring in the house and in the funeral, or outside the house and outside the funeral home. You have the family, each member going off in the different directions at different times. Some stay together, some go apart, but they're all doing their own thing, and they're searching for Nellie in the past. And you have this implied metaphor of there's a storm outside that matches the storm that's inside. In the past, it's trying to find their daughter, but in the present day, it's this storm outside matching the storm and the contention that's going on within the funeral home. And they are so distracted by the storm. They are so wrapped up in their issues and their anger and their adversarial, antagonistic nature towards each other, that Nell is constantly reaching out to them and they can't hear her. To get to the end and you see Nell dead, you see her as the bent neck lady, and all she says is, "You couldn't see me. I was right here and you couldn't see me." That they are all still so wrapped up in their contention. They're still so wrapped up in their unbelief of anything supernatural, particularly Shirley and Steve, particularly Steve. Theo trying to keep everyone away. The dad basically barricading himself off from his kids, at least emotionally and somewhat physically, to keep them safe, and so caught up here that they still are not hearing Nell. They still cannot see the real issue happening. Couple things before I end this off. Little asides. Keep mentioning this dog. Dogs on the premises. Oh, there's no dogs on the premises. We hear them barking. Dog was in the wall with Shirley and Theo one night, banging against the wall and moving the pictures. They see the dog here. Something up with this damn dog. Okay, Mrs. Dudley. That sneaky ass Mrs. Dudley. I keep telling y'all, something up. Something's up. Mrs. Dudley's antagonistic to all the children, but she supports Nell, and she's the one that just so happens to be the first one to find Nell after all this shit went down. And of course, yes, they are the caretakers of Hill House. But you know what? Come to think of it, if they're the ones that kind of, tend to the house and the environment, basically, was it still their job? Because there was graffiti on the thing, Hell House. You would think if they're taking care of the grounds, that wouldn't be there. You would think if they were taking care of the inside of the home, that all the cobwebs and stuff, all that stuff wouldn't be there. But maybe they were just taking care of the grounds. But then why is the graffiti on there? I don't know. Maybe they weren't tending to the grounds anymore. But then that makes it even more fishy that Mrs. Dudley's the one that found her. I don't know. But yeah, man, just fuck a sad ending. They still can't see her. They still can't see the issue. They still can't see her pain. They can't see her weeping. Man. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Check out my channel for all my other content that I have on there, reactions, breakdowns, my short film Yin and Yang, all that good stuff that's on there, and much, much more to come. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.